And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to something a little bit different, something a little bit special here. Welcome to a viewer replay cast. For those that are curious, if you're in the chat, we do provide the ability to submit your replays. There is a point redemption. There is a point redemption in the chats where you can submit your replay, and we will cast it here and now on the Cranky Ducklings. Over the past couple of weeks, we have been accumulating some replays over time. I just haven't had the opportunity to actually go into them and cast them just because our schedule has been so jam-packed, but we do have a little bit of time to do so here and now. I say a little bit of time. We do have 3 casts today, but we have 6 hours. We have 6 hours until our next broadcast, and whether or not we're tired and fatigued by the time we get to our 3rd broadcast of the day, that's a later problem. We'll be fine, Bappy. We'll be fine, I'm sure. Cohopium. We will be fine. Regardless, we're going to be jumping into our submitted replays. HyperONE did submit a couple of replays here, and one of them is a TvT SC Evo match between BratOK and QuanTa, and I'm pretty sure I know which map this is. So basically, during StarCraft Evolution, I want to say it was maybe last month, maybe the month before that, but there was a crazy TvT that went on, and if I'm not mistaken, I know that we didn't cast it. Potentially there was no English coverage in that series at the time, but there was a crazy back and forth TvT, and I believe that's this match. I could be mistaken though. Could be mistaken. I could be misremembering. Could be a different series. Regardless, QuanTa versus BratOK is coming up with a TvT. That's Future Lights, exactly. Future Lights problem. It'll be fine, Bobby. It'll be fine. Let's go. As we are jumping into Citadel with some more SC Evo, which I feel like is fitting and in line as to what we just covered and what we did just cast. Let's go. So again, HyperONE did redeem 2 replays. So we have our initial match, and then we have an FFA after this. But here we go, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Citadel, we have our red Terran player. Our red Terran, it is BratOK for Team StarCon. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, as we have cross spawns here, we have, I should say, horizontal spawns here on Citadel. We have our South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran, it is QuanTa. I'll fix up the names. Here we go. Beautiful. Bam. So we have BratOK, we have QuanTa. If you're in the chats, let's go. Get your gamba going. Because I'll be honest, I don't know how this match goes. But we are jumping into our TvT. Again, we have BratOK as SC2 Terran, and we have QuanTa as BratOK Terran. I will say QuanTa, he's one of, if not the strongest BratOK Terran out there in StarCraft Evolution. I might place maybe Spirit above QuanTa. I would say they're both some of the best though. QuanTa and Spirit, they're both some of the best Terran players out there when it comes to StarCraft Evolution, and we'll see how this does turn out, as for the time being we are unaware as to where we are. Remember, 4-player spawn map. Top right, top left, bottom right. You can spawn in any one of these locations, and we'll see how long it takes for our players to find each other, as QuanTa will go for that horizontal scout. He will come across BratOK. Likewise, BratOK going for his own expansion, going for his own economic opener. Economic openers all around, gasless by QuanTa, at least initially, and likewise gas expand, or racks expand by BratOK. That singular gas geyser. Meanwhile, QuanTa going to be opening up 3 racks, so a bit of a more aggressive start out of QuanTa. Ooh, okay. An aggressive start. Does poke in, does get eyes on BratOK's position, does get eyes on the opener, is aware that BratOK did go for something more economic, something more greedy, and we'll see if QuanTa can shut him down. This looks like 3-rack stim. Looks like a 3x opener. We did see something similar by Bjorn earlier in the previous series against Dark, as we should be seeing an Academy soon into Stim, into a bio push. There it is, Academy's on the way. Now, I would say that QuanTa's version of this most likely is going to be more refined and more well practiced. Meanwhile, BratOK still does not know where his opponent is. Ooh, he's scouting. BratOK is checking top right. Scouting, unfortunately, and guessing incorrectly. Does not know where his opponent is. As the Marines are building up. Unlike against Zerg, most likely this will not have fire bats. Most likely just bio into medics. Most likely Marine medic instead. Building up his forces. Stim has begun for QuanTa. And BratOK, it's going to be a tough hold. It's going to be a tough hold purely because he doesn't know what's going on. Right now he checks top right, now he's scouting top left. Unfortunately, it's going to be the latest scout possible here on what QuanTa is up to. So he's going to have even less time to react and to respond. Oh boy. Meanwhile, BratOK going for a 1-1-1. 1-1-1 follow-up. Getting to a safety window mine. He has a safety bunker as well, thankfully. Now coming in, and he will get eyes on the mass marine. He will spot the mass buyer. At least he sees that. Sees the medic, yeah, he knows. Yeah, now he knows what's going on. He does see the medic, that's a massive tell. As he now knows that the academy is done, and QuanTa commits. He knows the time is of the essence. Back at home, what do we have to defend? We have a Liberator on the way, tank as well. Tank should pop out just in time. It's going to be a clutch hold here from BratOK. Scan does reveal. Does get eyes on the tank. Tank does pop. And that tank may be enough. It may be just enough. Otherwise, just takes down the medic. Yeah, one medic goes down already. The other medic, low HP. Tank goes off. And with that, BratOK, he holds. BratOK, he holds on. He shuts down both medics. And we have a game. we have a game, papi. Let's go. We can calm down. We can settle in. QuanTa pulls away. Getting into his own shell upgrade, his own range for his bio. Likewise, BratOK, second factory, third factory going into mech. He's meching it up. Oh boy, we might be here for a while. He is looking to switch into that mech composition. Liberator, range is not done. Yeah, range is not done for the Marines. Liberator will deny mining time. Nice position. Waste a scan as well. BratOK moves out. He gets spotted. Gets spotted by the Marine. QuanTa tries to respond. Ideally wants to try to meet the army. Oh, getting another CV. Yeah, another SV going down. BratOK, he scans at a time. Ooh, ready on the high ground. I'm loving this position. As we saw on some of the other maps here, I mean, this is quite common in some of these SE Evolution maps. Like these small ledges here. Scattered about to take advantage of like this. Whether it's with tanks, lurkers, any kind of siege unit. BratOK, he does hold the line. Behind this, going into Blue Flame. Likewise, QuanTa also switching into his own mech composition, or into his own, at least factory-based composition with siege mode. With tanks. So we have Bio tank versus mech. Liberator does move out. The Wraith has arrived, and the Wraith will clean this up. Wraith will shut down the Liberator. Lib gets one more SCV. Just the one. Oh. Meanwhile, QuanTa does confirm the tank positioning. Knows that he cannot break through the siege line. He's gonna try to move in though. Or at least posture. BratOK moving out with another Liberator. Oh, meanwhile, BratOK goes for the unsiege. Yeah, gets spotted here by the Wraith. QuanTa moves in. There's no anti-air. Okay, Viking. Does make the Viking. QuanTa gaining ground. He has control of the ledge instead. Oh! Oh, he's within range, but has no vision. There we go. He scans, takes down the Widow Mines at least. And takes down the mines. Again, he does outrange the tanks, the SC2 tanks. Does outrange. Nice lock on here with those Liberators or with those Cyclones. Likewise across the map, Hellies, they bust into the mineral line. SCV's going to be going down. Oh, they get roasted. 16 SCV kills. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, tanks go down as well. BratOK, he defends. He attacks. Does wreak havoc. 17 SCVs. QuanTa's mineral line is in the gutter. And QuanTa's forced back. He's forced back home. BratOK, he pops off. Cleans up the mineral line. Breaks out, looking to expand. Getting his own third base. Expanding into the center. Takes the center location. QuanTa attempts to draw, but BratOK, he sees everything. There's down towers to respond. The army doesn't relocate though, which is concerning. The drop is still coming in. QuanTa, he will find some damage. Gets two SCVs, denies the turrets. BratOK, he didn't believe that QuanTa would commit. So far, nice damage. QuanTa pulls away. Yo, shout out to these turrets. We're on a space station. Let's go. As BratOK, he secures a third base. QuanTa getting his own third, but again, QuanTa, because of all those economic losses, he is behind. He is behind economically. Still building up his SCVs. BratOK going for another run by. Also attempt to move forward. Hellions, they overrun into the army. And they run into the main army. QuanTa, he defends. Holds on back at home. And despite BratOK having his own lead, and he does have a supply lead right now, he's more concerned with just expanding. He's just expanding, just turtling up, taking another base, going for the fourth. But the army does move forward. Let's go. Again, he has a massive army lead. He's got how many? He's got 13 tanks to 5. That's a lot of tanks. It's a lot of tanks here in favor of BratOK. He will move forward. He moves in. Pushing into a siege line. QuanTa is ready for this. Okay, Master Angel's going up. Marines, they sim in. They tank some shots as well. And Marine's going to be going down. And QuanTa, does he have enough tanks to hold on? Vikings, they land from behind. They force a bit of friendly fire. Oh, but BratOK, he doesn't push through. Yeah, again, as a reminder, the brutal tanks, they have longer range. And BratOK, he finds out the hard way. He finds out the hard way. He has to back up. Doesn't break through the siege line. Impressive, considering QuanTa, he was down like 30 supply. He was down 30 army supply, but he does hold. Jumping in from behind. Distracting BratOK. QuanTa, he's recovering. He's tying up the worker count. He's tying up the army count as well. He's bouncing back in this game. Let's go. Ooh. Likewise going for the center expansion, getting a fourth. So is BratOK. Both players taking their fourth bases. Yo, I miss this upgrade. It's something that was really lacking from the Beyond series, I'll be honest, was like mid-game. We didn't really get much mid-game and mid to late game, but here we go. Lockdown has been researched, and QuanTa is going into Ghost production. He's going for the Ghosts. Well, does pull away. Does pull away, does pull back. BratOK leading out 7 SCVs. Ooh, let's use the first to siege. Yeah, BratOK catching out the tank. Oh, both tanks. Nice pickups. Again, QuanTa, he didn't have vision. Did not have vision. Another heli run by this time and less successful. Ghosts are building up. Now, if you haven't seen StarCraft Evolution TvT, then you might not know this, but ghosts are crazy. Unlike in SE2, in Brutal, ghosts have the lockdown ability, which it becomes a big factor here. Meanwhile, tanks, they shut down the first, they shut down the tank, they shut down the fire. BratOK gaining ground once again. BratOK does take a supply lead. He's moving in. QuanTa, meanwhile, here come the ghosts. Now, lockdown is a little bit more limited. I guess it's similar to the interference matrix in SE2. or has to target mechanical units. But the lockdown lasts a long time. And also kind of like stuns a unit as well. Whereas in SE2, you can still move around a unit that's been Inference Matrixed. In Brood War, lockdown locks down the unit in place and also disables like its ability to attack and use spells. So it is a much more powerful spell in Brood War. Liberator has arrived. Gonna be cleaned up. BratOK moving in. BratOK, he's maxed. He's maxed out. 200 supply. In a head-on fight, I want to favor BratOK, except for the complexity here of QuanTa's army. Like, it's one of those things where even though he's down in army supply, because of all these ghosts, he has potential to even things up. Does have potential. And again, QuanTa will be the first to shoot, because QuanTa has more range. He has more range. So it is not easy here to move into this as BratOK. Air control is definitely going to be a factor, true. And he could try to lead the charge with Liberators first and try to force it on siege and then move in with the tanks. You can do something similar with nukes, of course. But is the way to go about it. Command center is denied. Fourth base is fully operational. We just see a fifth base only for BratOK. Taking the center expansion. And you can see, despite how close spawns we initially had, siege lines have been drawn. We're looking to cut the map in half. QuanTa, even though he was down 70 supply, now he's down 40 supply. Like QuanTa, he's slowly catching up. And again, just because of just the sheer amount of siege tanks, despite BratOK being up in supply, he just cannot push into this. Oh, but here comes that Liberator. Freedom has arrived. And this is how you break these siege lines. BratOK, he pulls away. Oh, sorry, QuanTa pulls away. Another Liberator. BratOK just being as annoying as possible. Getting another SCV. QuanTa expand towards the top side. Just more bases, more CCs. How many ghosts do we have? 15! 15 ghosts, 23 tanks. Both armies are maxing out. And again, it wasn't too long ago where QuanTa was down 70 supply, but he has done it. He has now maxed out himself, has a comparable if not greater army. You can see here outranging the tank. Likewise, BratOK going for his own drop. Going for the Viking harass. Let's go. Gotta be forced back. Liberator goes down. Nice trades here by QuanTa. Anyway, here comes out Viking drop. As you can see, Vikings are less useful here. I do think that BratOK was maybe a little bit too used to SE2 TvT, where air control is all the craze. But here, we don't really have that much in the air for our blue Terran. These Vikings are going to be landing. Denying CCs. Oh, nice rotation. Catching out the Vikings. Now there's a lockdown. Does lock down those Vikings. And we do see a big rotation here from QuanTa. BratOK, he responds. Massive on siege. He rotates over. These northern bases are exposed. QuanTa making moves. BratOK racing over. BratOK needs a little bit more time. QuanTa, he has not seen. Oh, actually, never mind. He has seen top right. He can go for it. We're now getting distracted. Does get distracted for a moment. It confirms the base, peels off a couple of tanks. Peels off a couple of tanks. And that should be enough. As the planetary is going to slowly go down. Remember, he cannot lift. Only repair. Likewise, we have instead BratOK going for his own disables, going for his own interference matrix with those ravens. Which are going to be a big factor coming into this. Okay, who disables who first? As Liberator does defend. QuanTa still not able to really make use of this army. Now, if we go to the super late game, that's when BCs get involved for both players. So we could be seeing battle cruisers from the SC2 Terran, even BCs from the BratOK Terran as well. Like BC mech. Yep, speaking of, there they come. Battle cruisers on the way. Yamato's being researched. It's interesting to see the tech lab on the science facility. Let's go. But there's Yamato. Yamato is on the way. Of course, the BratOK BC is very different to the SC2 BC. The BratOK BC is a lot more tanky, but a lot less mobile. A lot less mobile, as it does not have that tactical jump. Cannot go into hyperspace. As here we go so far, diving in the army, lights lockdown. Picks off a couple of libs. Again, QuanTa is transitioning. Meanwhile, BratOK is mainly just committed here to tank Viking Liberator himself. Because the decent Viking counts, he will have anti-air at least to deal with those BCs. As the battle cruisers are slowly building up. Slowly building up. QuanTa repositioning. Once again, the central area is still like the main point of contention. Still. Likewise, heavily run by towards that northern base. BratOK taking another expansion. Again, that northern planetary did survive. True. Did survive. Did not go down. It's one of those things where even though these bases, the northern bases, are exposed, like there just hasn't really been much rats outside of Liberators. Speaking of, the freedom is here. Takes down 1, 2, 3 of those tanks. Do get the disables. The counter disables as well. Yeah, lockdown versus interference matrix. Let's go. So that final Liberator is not going to go down. Oof. Yeah, nice positioning here from BratOK. Outranging the ground army. Likewise, Hellions, they pop off. The Vikings and Hellions, they get 15 SCV kills. Oh, even more. Yeah, the Liberators are going ham. There's too much freedom. There's too much freedom. Oh, QuanTa sims in. That mass disable here of the Libs. The Ghosts have to be careful. They have to respect those tanks. And so many Ghosts are going down. Ay, ay, ay. I'm afraid to look. That was how many? That was 20 Ghosts. 20 Ghosts do fall. But what about the anti-air? The BCs, they take down the Vikings, they take down the Liberators, and the tanks do nothing. So even though BratOK has a massive supply lead, it's all in tanks. And the tanks, they can do nothing here. We're making 10 Vikings at a time, likewise 6 BCs at a time from QuanTa. QuanTa, we gotta go. We gotta send it. We gotta keep going. Okay, go for the expansion. Pew. Chipping away here at the base. But this is giving time, so BratOK, he's remaxing. He's remaxing with Mass Viking, is being given time to rebuild. Likewise, we need more support here for the BCs. Where are the Ghosts? There we go. Disable on the battle cruisers. We have more BCs coming in. Oh, let's go! Let's go! I was almost gonna say defib. He cleanses. The medics, they're crazy. They're cracked. I didn't realize, but yeah, they can cleanse. Okay, never mind. What is interference matrix? What? I did see the research earlier. I did notice it here on the medic. I was curious what it was, but yeah, there you go. You can cleanse the BCs. So QuanTa does breakouts. I was concerned about his lack of ghosts, but really the medics, they have their role. They have their role to play. You know, BratOK moving in. Does move forward. How many Vikings? 36. Jesus. 36 Vikings against 15 battle cruisers. Okay, we need to keep those medics alive. Need to keep them safe. Oh. Going for the missile this time. Let's go. Missile pops up. Vikings moving in. That's a lot of Ravens. Jesus, how many? 13. 13 Ravens. Disable the tanks. BratOK moving in. We have Valkyrie on the way for QuanTa. Building up this Valkyrie. Going for the counter disables. There we go. There's a cleanse. Can he keep up with the disables though? He can. Yeah, he can. He will cleanse all of his BCs. Is it going to be enough though? That's still a lot of Vikings. Yeah, Vikings do pop off. Oh my god. Valkyrie. Oh my god, the splash damage. The Valkyrie. They got a couple of hits in. The Valkyrie, they did so much there. Vikings did stack. But is it enough? Oof. Going for the Yamato. The Yamato. Expensive trades here for QuanTa. Bleeds out most of the battle cruisers down to 3. 3 BCs left. He took down how many? 23 Vikings, but there's still plenty left over. And BratOK, he will kill all the BCs. Yeah, the battle cruiser count completely resets. The Valkyries, they did a lot, but there were only 3. Only 3 Valkyries. That was not enough. Whew. And with that, you can see both ground armies reset. Both players, they lose all their ground army. We have Vikings and a couple of tanks left over for BratOK. Meanwhile, QuanTa, nothing left. He's got a couple of medics, a couple of marines, the Valkyrie. Valkyrie have arrived. As you saw, Valkyrie, they're kind of like anti-air specialists. Speaking of, oh my god, you can see one volley. If only we had that sooner. If only had 5 Valkyrie sooner. You can see they can just annihilate a cloud of Vikings. They completely shut them down. Tanks moving in. Don't even need that many of them. Oh my god. Like the anti-air is crazy for the Valkyrie. Meanwhile, behind this, 5 BCs, making 5 BCs at a time. Now this is StarCraft. Oh no. We're pod racing. As BratOK, he does peel off. Going towards top left. Does head towards top left. Going for the northern bases. QuanTa is cut off. Still trying to make BCs. Takes a long time to build up. Meanwhile, BratOK, what's he going for exactly? Now, he did preserve his Ravens. True, a lot of Ravens did survive. Very important. Likewise, getting into Battle Mech, into Cyclone Widowmine. Now, the reason why he's going to Cyclone Mine is because that is to counter the Valkyrie. It's for some more diverse anti-air. As we saw, going Mass Viking is not the answer. Nowhere there enough Valkyrie. So if Mass Viking is not going to work out, does need a mixture of the two. Mixture of ground and air. Battle cruisers will defend. No, their shots. So clean up all the tanks. BratOK, he rotates. Oh, the Valkyrie, they get locked on. And again, that's the purpose of the Cyclones. They shut down 1, 2, 3, 4 of the Valkyrie. Valkyrie can't reset. BratOK moving in. The BCs are exposed. Yeah, BratOK is shutting this down. Completely shutting this down here. Does disable. Cyclone's on the way. More disables on more BCs. And this time, we're the medics. Right, this time, QuanTa just hasn't built up his ground support army. He has no cleanse. Not this time. I'm sure there's a proper StarCraft term for it, but I'll stick with cleanse for now. You know what I mean. It's like the fairy fire in Warcraft 3. As CC is going to go down. Nice pickup. We got a much more mobile army this time from BratOK. Embracing the battle mech, embracing the mass cyclone with a mine. Checking top left, denying the bases. Pew. Just the embodiment of pew. God damn it. The sound effects. Oh god, the range of the Logan is crazy. Takes down the battle cruiser. Takes down the BC. QuanTa still trying to get into his bio-supportive army. Speaking of getting caught out, so tanks are in position though. Yeah, better engage here for QuanTa. He's up some of those cyclones. BC's moving in. Here comes the stim. Nice Yamato. Yamato's popping off, taking down 2 Ravens. Marines, they stim in. They want that tank. Tank does siege. Should be the first to be targeted. Oof. Yamato on the Vikings, on some of the cyclones. QuanTa moving in. Trading well here. Again, the Marines do such a great job of just tanking those lock-ons. Almost like Lings and ZVT. And they waste the lock-ons. We get the mass disable. Do we have any cleanse left over? Nah, not quite. Yeah, not quite enough. Marines, they stim in. Tanks are besieging. Oh, it's still going to be a massive fight though. The mass disable. Disables are running out though. Yeah, they're barely running out to the Marines. They clean everything up. The bio army, they stim, they win. They clean up all the Vikings. Let's go. BC survived. QuanTa, he wins the battle on the ground. Takes out the Northern CC. Takes out the base. That's what I was looking for. I remember I was saying defib, not dispel. That's it. That's probably a better term than the cleanse. But they both mean the same thing. Yes, the mass dispel. I'm like, well, he's defibbing it. Fuck. Clear, Bobby, clear. Get the paddles. Yes, that's what I was looking for. As QuanTa does get the northern bases. Heals up a couple of BCs. Rotates to the center. Now suddenly we're back into a ground army, back into, yeah, mass tank. Oh. Catching out the Vikings. Oof. Does trade. QuanTa tries to support. Oh no, he gets dragged in! No! QuanTa gets dragged into the turrets! BratOK popping up, takes out the BC! Oof. Yes, QuanTa does leave the battlecruiser unattended. Marines stimming in. And it's coming back to me. I remember watching this game because no one was casting it. But BratOK, he was streaming his POV. I remember seeing that moment from his POV where he dragged the BC over the turrets and his chat was freaking out. His chat was popping off, Bab. Let's go. I remember that moment. I remember watching BratOK stream. BratOK, he does rotate. Again, still a very scrappy game state here. bring it back to life. True, true. Yeah, that's how the cleanse works. That's how you dispel that. QuanTa does catch a couple of tanks. Not bad. Marines are steaming. They take down the tank line. Meanwhile, instead, BratOK going for a massive counterattack. He avoids the main army. He will lose that third base. And we're going for the base trade. We're going for the base trade. As the CC will not escape. But actually, he does siege up here at the natural. Rotating top left. QuanTa likewise takes down the southern base. And BratOK, he's doing some of these bases soon. Sooner rather than later. And again, we have turrets on the way. This command center should go down. Turrets, they defend the northern base though. They're buying time. Oof. Yeah, they're buying time. And QuanTa, where are we going? We're coming back and we're racing back to deal with this. But can he? QuanTa turns back around. BratOK likewise also breaks out. Aliens, they get into the mineral line. QuanTa coming in from behind. It's going to be 25 dead workers. QuanTa stepping in. It dusts him forward. Oh, not going to be pretty. Oh my god, so much. So many of the Marines go down. But it looks like it might just barely be worth it. BC falls as well. Not a clean trade here from QuanTa. But he will get the final tank. At the same time, BratOK coming in from behind. Top left is going down. QuanTa is running out of... He has no mining. QuanTa, he has no mining. Top left was his only mining base. Yeah, no more economy. No more income. Hellions, they bust in 52 SCV kills. Did not realize how important top left actually was, but yeah, it's all the mining. It's all the mining that QuanTa has. BratOK, he pulls away. Pulls away. Both players fighting for that southern base. They're trying to land on each other. Let's go. BratOK still has an northern bases, by the way. Still mining. Still saturating. Going for that CC. Every tank counts. Gets 2 tanks. Takes down 2 tanks. Takes down the orbital. Oh! Vultures coming in. Now here comes the on siege, and BratOK, it looks like he has barely done it. We had an intense game, an intense back and forth. Even now doesn't have the most efficient army, but there it is. GG! GG, well played against Colt, and BratOK, he will take the game. He will take down QuanTa. GG. Whew. GG, well played. A crazy game, a crazy back and forth. Again, I do remember this was played out either last month or the months before that, but it was this year. It was in one of this year's StarCraft Evolution tournaments. And why I remember this is because these two were playing out their matches in the lower brackets, and no one was casting. No one was casting the series because we were covering the upper matches instead. We were casting players like Dark and Skillus and Classic and Bjorn, and these two were locked in a very long game, as you saw, very intense back and forth. And because we were at a game, I did come across BratOK's stream as he was streaming his POV just to get a read on what was happening, and I remember seeing the tail end of that. I remember seeing that again, like those moments towards the end where like I thought he was dead. I remember watching, I was like, yo, he's coping right now. When he was losing bases and losing control of the map, basically everything turned with the base trade. Remember, BratOK, he was able to skirt around the edge. He went straight for top left. And as we did emphasize towards the end, those were the only mining bases for QuanTa. That was it. That was the economy. And he lost it. He lost his economy. He lost 52, 53 SCVs. It was insane how much damage he took. And with that, BratOK took the win. GG. GG, well played. Very nicely done. BratOK does take the win here. Does take down QuanTa. Get a very intense TvT. And we got to see some proper late game. Some chaotic late game. But late game nonetheless. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate it. And that is going to take us here into something a little bit different. Oh boy, into something a little bit different here. Oh, okay. One moment. as I do need to set up our overlays. Replay.